Hey, man. Hey. What's happening, man? Listen, man. Man, I had such a powerful day today. I'm so hyped right now, man, thinking about what it is that I need to do, right? The things that I want to accomplish, right? I'm coming to you today because I'm so excited. This is not a false thing, right? I'm out here really excited today because I feel like I can take matters into my own hands, right? And work towards the very thing that I see in my vision, in my dream, and work towards it with my purpose. Come on with me, man. Listen, I want to talk to you today because, man, I keep facing the same problem day in and day out, man, with the workforce, right? With humans in the workforce seem to have this issue, right? They have this issue with actually carrying out, right, safe work execution, right? They somehow, right, they overlook things in the process of what they're doing, and when that happens, right, so usually somebody gets hurt, some piece of property might get damaged. Okay, worse yet, somebody might get killed. There might be some type of damage to the environment, or something that could catastrophic might happen because somebody was not dialed in, right, to the safe work execution like they supposed to be, man. Come on, man. Come on. Listen. This is important because I need you to get this. If you're in the room right now, I need you to understand that if it is because that you're not dialed in to why you're doing what you're doing, and it is because of your limited perspective, that is because why you cannot carry out safe work execution 100% of the time. And the difference between you and me is that I actually have a perspective that's different from you. And let me tell you something. Let me go back, man, and tell you why my perspective is different than yours, right? Hey, there's nothing wrong. Listen. Come on. I don't want to get nobody down and out. But I understand right now that there's people that have showed up, right, that's in the room right now. And if you look to your right, to your left, you look behind you and in front of you, right, there's people in the room with you right now, right, that would rather not be here. Come on, man. Somebody raise their hand and admit that today, that, hey, man, if you had a choice to be here or not, and you had something else that you'd rather be doing, right, you'd rather be doing that something else that you really don't feel like being in here in this room today, right? Come on. But on the other hand, just like me, there's some people in the room that are so excited about getting ready and started for the day. You can't wait to get in to what it is you're doing, right? Right? Because you know that today is the day that you're going to take something to the next level. And because of that, your perspective allows you to understand that I'm going to affect something in the future because I gave it my all today and I did exactly what I was supposed to do. But let me tell you something. Let me go back a couple generations, man. So, all right. So, my father used to speak of this all the time when I was a kid, and even yet when I became an adult, right? I'm from the state of Ohio, okay? And yes, there was places in the state of Ohio, right? And my father's mother, my grandmother, right, who I never got a chance to meet. She passed away before I was even born. She worked for a certain group of people, right? People that would hire somebody to come in, right, and work in their home, okay? Do the things that they didn't necessarily feel like they had time to do, okay? And they didn't pay her very well. They paid her very little. On holidays, right, specifically Christmas, they would gift her the same thing every year, which I believe it was like a handkerchief or something like that. But they were very wealthy people, right? They had access and a lot of privilege to do certain things in life. And my father's mother, my grandmother, worked for these people, right? All right. And I remember my father telling me one time that he showed up, right, to pick her his mother up, right, from her place of work, from these people's house. And he told me that up until this time, right, his mother always told him that you have to pick me up, right, from the back. You have to come to the back door. Like, you can't come to the front. Hey, come on, man. Listen, man. Like, we lived in a time and in a place, right, where somebody was sacrificing and giving they all, trying to provide for their family, right? And because of the color of their skin and where they were economically, right, in the community, right, they were not seen as the same level as another human, right, according to that. Come on, man. Listen, this is why I'm so fired up, right? Because I'm only the third generation away from that. Come on with me, man. I need you to walk with me on this journey. Listen, she told me he had to pick her up from the back door, right? And there was one day where she had to work over, right? And he knew she was tired, and the walk from the back door was definitely something that she did not want to do. And he came to the front door, and she said that he told me that she pleaded with him, right? She pleaded with him to not come to the front door, to not do that. And my dad did it anyway. And what happened was, come on. They made a big deal about it. And my dad was one to feel like, listen, you're not going to work here anymore if I have to do this to be able to pick you up. Listen, man, I'm only a couple generations outside of that and that perspective, right? So in my grandmother's mind, right, she didn't have a perspective of life, right, that where she could do and become anything. Fast forward, when I was born, my father told me, right, that I could become or do in this life anything that I felt like I want to do. Listen, man, this is so powerful. I need you to understand what I'm saying. Now, because my father was exposed to what his mother was exposed to, barriers and limitations and the differences between people, right? My father lived his life just like that. Now, where he got the perspective of, hey, as my son, you can do anything that you want to do, son, in this life. You can become anything you want to become. I don't know where he got that from, but I know for a fact that he did not live his life in the same manner, right? He lived with limitations and barriers as well too, right? But come on, when it got to me, I believed what my father told me. My mother, she told me the same thing. She didn't have limitations and place barriers on me growing up. She believed that if I wanted to work hard for something, that all I had to do was step up and do what it is that I said I was going to do, and then watch it manifest in real time, in real life. And she walked me through different situations in life and circumstances where she showed me that that is what you have to do, right? And so no limitations, no barriers, and here I am, and I get up every day because I understand what it is that I'm supposed to be doing in this life. And because of that, come on, man, let me tell you something. Because of that, I'm not the person that's showing up that doesn't want to be here today. I'm the person that's showing up that's saying today is the day, right, that I take things to the next level, that I do something that I've never done before, that I actually carry out everything that I'm supposed to do the right way. And I don't stand back and wait for somebody to come up and tap me on my shoulder and tell me you're not doing something right, you need to fix that, or just try to flat out get away with something. I told you there's two types of people in this room today. And so in order to get to the mindset that, hey, I'm going to come in, I'm going to do exactly what it is, like I'm going to apply myself in a way that I've never applied myself before, you have to be connected to the perspective of your vision. And your vision has no barriers on you. Come on. There's no limitations on the vision that you have except the ones that you placed on it. And because you place those barriers, and because you place those limitations, and because you said it's not going to happen for me, like that's something I can only dream of. It's not going to happen in my lifetime. It may happen in my kids' lifetime. It may happen in my grandkids' lifetime, but it's not going to happen for me. You are selling yourself short. Therefore, when you come in to the occupational space, you operate with that same level of barrier and limited mindset, perspective, and because of that, you cannot work safe. You cannot operate at a way that safe work execution is everything that you do. You cannot go forward and guarantee safe work every single day. So I'm telling you right now, how do you guarantee safe work execution? How do you get people, right? How do you change the way that you work? Like, how do you get yourself in a way, come on, man, where you decide, listen, man, today is gonna be the day that when I carry out my task, when I'm assigned the work that I'm supposed to do, I'm gonna do it right the entire time. I'm not gonna half step on safety. In fact, if I see somebody else doing something that they're not supposed to do, I'm gonna stop them because I understand that they have a vision as well too, just like me. And that today is the day that I let my vision live. I let my vision come into fruition. Like I actually take time out today to come and do the things I'm supposed to do because I know maybe 5 years from now, maybe 2 years from now, maybe 30 days from now, that might be a door that might open for me to be able to walk into that neighborhood and get that house that I want, that I can point at and say, that's the house my family needs. There might be a situation that might pop up where a family member might need me to come in and support them in a way that nobody else can support them. And because I said that I'm going to do what it is that I'm created to do, I can go in and support that person without half-stepping, without looking over the shoulder, without trying to wiggle my way out of the situation, right? I can do exactly what it is I was called to do. I might be able, right, to finally go ahead and take that business plan to the bank, right, secure some type of funding. If I can't secure funding, I might be able to go ahead and start that business, come on, in the next 30 days, because I understand what I'm supposed to be doing. I understand that my vision is true and my dream is true and my purpose needs to be carried out and it's necessary. Come on, man. Unlimited perspectives, unlimited barriers. There's no barriers on what it is that you've been gifted to do in this world. And you have to understand that when that vision has come from the Creator, when that vision and that dream has come from the Creator, when your purpose has come from the Creator, that is a sign that there is no limitations on how much or how high you can go with that thing. If you place them on yourself, then you shorted yourself. But that's not because the Creator didn't create you to do things at a level that where you dominate and you're not competing anymore. See, it took 3 generations for us to finally, in our family, get to a place where one person said, listen, I'm not going to live my life according to the limitations. I'm not going to just have a job. I'm not going to just get up and go to work for a check. I'm not going to just do just barely enough just to pay bills and keep things afloat. I'm going to plant a tree that's going to produce for the next 10 generations, right? After I leave this earth, 10 generations after I leave this earth, 10 generations at a minimum after I leave this earth. That means that there's something that I have to do right now, in this season, in this day. There's something I must do to work towards that. I can't afford to give up on the day because my perspective is unlimited. And when your perspective is unlimited, when you know who you are, when you know what you're supposed to be doing, when you have a vision and you have a dream and you have goals, right? When you know that, right, you will not live with a limited perspective. You will be able to go full throttle in everything that you do, including the tasks that you have to do today. It's just that important. So come on with me now. I need everybody to get up. I need everybody to stand up. I need everybody to go full throttle today. Listen, man, I had a full day today. As you can see, it's getting dark. I'm still at it. Listen, this is what I have to do, all right? I understand what my purpose is, and I'm going full throttle because I know the message that I bring that comes from the Creator to you through the messenger is going to get you up, fired up, and get you uplifted and going in the direction that you need to go. Somebody's going to write a book. Somebody's going to open up a restaurant. Somebody is going to start a ministry. Somebody's going to start a youth group. Somebody's going to go become a coach. Somebody is going to go and teach in the schools. Somebody is going to care for the elderly. Somebody's going to do something that they're not doing today because of the message that I bring forth right now. Go full throttle today. Don't half step. Don't put your vision and your dream and your goals in jeopardy because you can't see past your own limitations and barriers. And I'm telling you, let's go. You got to be fired up. It's your boy, right? The umpire of safety, upholding the most integrity of the occupational space and of life. Aaron Mars, right? Senior consultant, Legacy Economics Group. Let's go, over and out.